Good morning, year two. Welcome to your first virtual maths lesson from home by me. Today we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting tens. For this lesson, please can you make sure you have a pencil, your exercise book or the template from Seesaw from the White Rose Hub. And it'll be really useful if you have your tens and ones frame from your home learning folder. If not, if you could just draw this template, that'll really help you too. Today we're going to be looking at odd and even numbers. Can you remember what an odd and even number is? So an even number is a multiple of 2. Can you say multiple of 2? Fabulous. So a multiple of 2 means that we say this when we are counting in 2. So if you know your 2 times tables, which I know you do, then you know an even number. So we can start on 2 is an even number, 4, 6 and 8 and 10. So if any number ends in 2, 4, 6, 8 or a 0 to show it's a multiple of 10, then it is an even number like 22, 34, 56, 48 or 30. Can you tell your talk partner next to you or tell me an even number? Fabulous. So an odd number is not a multiple of 2. So any number in between. So 1, 3, 4 onto 5, 6 onto 7, 8 onto 9. So any number that ends in 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9 is an odd number. So I'd like you to pause the video now and sort the numbers on screen into the odd and even number box. You can do this in your exercise book. Fabulous! What I'd like you to do now is to check that you have sorted the numbers correctly into odd and even numbers. If you've found any errors, that's okay. Just check what number it ends in, fix it into the right box to show if it is odd and even. So please pause the video now, check your work, and then we will move on to the next part of our lesson. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our main part of our lesson, adding and subtracting tens. So first we're going to practice using our base 10. Now you can draw these or use any resources in your home like pasta that you could use to represent 10 too. Okay, so because I know these are base 10, I know that these equal the same as 10 ones. Now just to make sure, let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now because I know this means 10, I don't need to do my counting in ones. I can do my super speedy counting in tens. Are you ready? 10, 20, 30. Now to show my working out, I'm going to write my counting underneath. 10, 20, 30. And then I'm going to write my answer down here because we never hold any answers in our head. We always write it straight down so that we don't forget. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 more groups of 10 to see what I have now. 1 more group of 10, 2 more groups of 10. Because I've shown my working out, I can carry on counting from where I left off. So I know from here I already have 30, so we can carry on counting in tens. 30, 40, 50. Fabulous. So I now have 50. This could be 50 cats, 50 sweets, 50 chocolates, as long as it represents 50. Fabulous. Okay, I'd like you to pause the video now and use your drawings or use your pasta to help you complete question 1A. Fabulous. Okay, so now we're going to look at subtracting tens practically using our base 10. So to start with, the first thing I need to do is to count how many base 10 I'm starting with, and I'm going to show my working out. So I know I have 10, so I'm going to count straight away in tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. Fabulous. Okay, so now this time I'm not going to add any more tens. This time I'm going to take away 10, so I'm going to subtract them. I could subtract 1 lot of 10, 2 lots of 10, 3 or 4. So I'm going to subtract and take away 2 lots of 10. Now because I've got practical, I can actually take them away. If you've drawn pictures, you could cross them out to show that they've gone. Okay, so I'm going to take away 1 lot of 10, 2 lots of 10. How many do I have left? Super, I have 20 left, and we made it super easy by counting and showing my working out. But just to double check, I've got 10, 20. So I started with 40, I subtracted 2 10s, and now I have 2 10s left, and that makes 20. Can you now pause the video and have a go at question 1B? It would be great if you could show your working out by showing your counting underneath and crossing out the groups of 10. Okay, so now we're going to practice using our 10s and 1s to help us work out adding 10s using pictures. So if you don't have your 10s and 1s, why not pause the video now so that you can go and collect it. Okay, so I'm going to help work out the first question of 21 add 20. Now this isn't on your worksheet, but this is just as an example to do together. So the first thing we need to do is to write the question. So 21 add 20. And to help me, I'm going to write my 10s and 1s on top so that I can partition super easy and speedy. So the first number I'm going to make is 21, and because I've written my 10s and 1s, I know that 21 has 2 10s and 1 1. So I'm going to draw my 10s like my base 10 sticks. So I've got 10, 20, and then my 1s, which I'm going to draw as cubes like my base. So I've got 21. Then I can make my second number underneath, and I know that 20 has 2 10s, but it has 0 1s, so I'm not going to put anything in my 1s column. Now I'm going to start with my 1s to start counting and adding the numbers together. Now I've got 1 1, but I'm not adding any more 1s, I'm only adding 10s. So my 1s is not going to change. So because 1 as 0, it still have 1. Fabulous. Then I can add my 10s. I have 1 10, 2 10, 3 10s, 4 10s, and altogether it makes 41. What you can do now is to pause the video and have a go at question 2 all by yourself. Great work, year 2. Okay, now we're going to try using our 10s and 1s, just using abstract, so just using our digits, not drawing any pictures, but I'm sure you're going to be brilliant at this because you're really great at column addition. So we're going to have a go at question 3A together. So the first thing we need to do is to write the question. So pause the video and write the question now. So you should have written 24 add 20. And the next step we need to do is to add our 10s and 1s. So add your 10s and 1s on top, just like mine. Super. So the first number I need to make is 24. And because we've partitioned, I know straight away that 24 has 2 10s and 4 1s. Super. Okay, the next number I'm going to add is 20. And we know that 20 has 2 10s and 0 1s. Remember to draw your add sign to remind you that you're adding and counting on. Fabulous. So the next step we need to do is to start adding the numbers together. Remember, we always start adding the 1s column first. So I've got 4 add 0 equals 4. The 1s column hasn't changed because I've not added any more 1s. I've only added 10s. Then I can add my 10s column. 2 add 2. Easy. 4. So I know that 24 add 20 equals 44. Why not pause the video now and have a go at question B and C, showing your 10s and 1s to show you're working out. Well done, year 2, you've done absolutely brilliant on your column addition, of course. So now we're going to practice subtracting 10s this time, so we're taking away and getting smaller. So we're going to have a practice at 1 together. Have you got your 10s and 1s ready? If not, pause now. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to try 42 take away 20, and I'm going to move this down to make sure that I can write my question because that's my first job. So I have 42 subtract 20. And before I forget, I'm going to write subtract first so that I remember when I'm using my columns to take away. So the first time we always do tens and ones on top to help us partition. So now I can make my first number 42 and I know straight away I have 4 tens and 2 ones. And my number that I'm subtracting is 20 and I know straight away I have 2 tens and 0 ones. Now remember, have you noticed that we are taking away 0 ones? So what's going to happen to my ones? That's right, it's going to stay the same. So I know straight away, because 2 take away 0 is still 2 because I haven't taken any away. Fabulous. Now I can subtract my 10, so I have 4 tens, take away 2. And if you need to, you can put 4 in your head. 2 fingers. Are you ready to count backwards? 4, 3, 2. And I know I was counting backwards because I had my subtract there. So 4 subtract 2 equals 2 tens. And my answer is 22. Don't forget to write your answer down. Fabulous. Can you pause and answer the next questions? Super work, Year 2. Okay, so now we're going to use our adding and subtracting of 10 to apply to some word problems. Now, our word problem is Juan has 6 stickers. He gets 10 new stickers every day for 8 days. How many stickers will Juan have after 8 days? So what we need to do is, we know that word problems are simply number sentences surrounded by lots of words to try and trick us out. So can you please pause the video and see if you can underline or circle all the key words that are going to help us with our number sentence. Fabulous. Okay, let's see if we have the same words. Juan has 6 stickers. We know that our important number is 6 because Juan is starting with 6 stickers already. He gets 10 new stickers every day. 10. We know that every time he's getting 10, and I'm also going to underline gets 10 new stickers because this is really important because it tells us that he's getting more if he's getting them, which means that we are going to be adding. So I'm going to put that down there to help me, to remind me that I'm counting forwards. And he gets them every day for 8 days, so I'm going to add it 8 times, where we've got the 8 spare boxes on our number track. So for my first number sentence, it's going to be 6 add 10. Now I can do that using my tens and ones, just like my tens and ones columns. So my first number is 6 and I'm adding 10. Now you can do that on your tens and ones sheet if that helps too. So I have 6 add 0 ones is 6, and then I've got no tens, add 1 10 is 16, so I know my next number is going to be 16, and you can see here for my tens and ones. Now if I'm adding another 10, I know that my next number is going to be the same. It's going to have the same amount of ones because we're not adding any more ones, so I'm still going to have 6 ones, but this time instead of 1 10, I'm going to have 2 tens, so my number will be 26. See if you can pause the video and continue the number track, adding 10 each time. Brilliant! Let's count together. 6, 16, 26, 36, 46, 56, 66, 76, 86. Excellent! So we know that Juan will have how many stickers at the end of 8 days? 86. Brilliant. Fantastic, Year 2. Okay, see if you can pause the video now and go through question number 7, doing the exact same by underlining the key words in our word sentence to help us figure out what calculation we need to do, and then also showing our working out on top of that to help us find the answer. Brilliant work today, Year 2. I hope you've enjoyed your first maths lesson back with me. I've really enjoyed being able to work with you again today and work through our maths lesson just like we would at school. On the next slides now you will see our answers, so you can check all your answers together, and then don't forget to upload a photo onto Seesaw so that you can share your fabulous home learning with me. I'll see you tomorrow for our next math lesson.